great thing about it is it's coming from someone who is equally in need of recovery. We had some priests in the family, so they were people that we enjoyed having come to visit and whatnot. And then when I was in 8th grade, I had it in mind that maybe this is something I'd like to do. And then I went to a high school seminary in Montebello, and then on to Perryville here and De Andreas. The high school seminary, there was two possibilities. One was a diocesan seminary, and the other was the Vincentian Seminary, high school seminary. And I was in the Vincentian formation system. And once I was in that system, it just always seemed like a good fit. Getting into 12-step recovery and being very much attracted to the 12-step spirituality, which I found to be very powerful and really informed my own spirituality to a great extent. And that's been true ever since. I got into recovery, I was in 1983, I was 35 years old. And then I began doing, for many, many years, did 12-step retreats for people in 12-step programs. And so that became, the kind of the where I was most influenced by and felt that I was most able to contribute. That's kind of a unique way to be able to serve people. We're talking about bringing the good news to the poor and people who are in need of recovery, in many ways are the poor. So it's my way of sharing the good news of recovery. However, the great thing about it is it's coming from someone who is equally in need of recovery. So rather than a person who isn't poor ministering to someone who is poor, I was the poor. And I was ministered to a great extent by other people who were in recovery. I was the recipient, and as the recipient was also then able to give. Pray. When I look back at my own vocation, it wasn't anything that I planned out, and set out, okay, I'm going to do this and then this. It really is, I've been far more led, and if there's a quality about me, maybe it was the willingness to be led. Or even when I wasn't willing to be led, I was still led. And that probably was as much the case as anything. Praying just, what's God want me to be doing? How does God want me to be serving, being of service? And there are many, many ways to do that. And God wants some to be of service by being in the religious life.